Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry from BoLS, back with another quick BoLS unboxing, and today we have the new Iron Hand stuff coming out for the Space Marines. We've got the Iron Hand Supplement, obviously. We've got the new Iron Hands Iron Father Pharaohs. Boom! And then, of course, the Iron Hands Primaris upgrades and transfers. So, pretty excited about all this stuff. First thing I'm going to do, though, is move this out of the way. We'll get to that in a bit. I want to check out this new model. We are going to open this up because GW put the water slide transfers in front of the sprues, and I do want to take a look at the sprues. So we will actually open up a clan pack for once. I didn't want to, but I think we're going to have to. So we'll get back to that. But first, let's talk about the new Iron Father. So this guy is actually pretty cool. He is a named character. He does have his own set of rules. He's got some cool stuff going on, though. He's got his really awesome looking Harrow Hand, which is his cog tooth power axe looking thing. He's also got the Gorgon's Wrath, which is the shoulder-mounted heavy bolter, which is pretty cool. And then obviously the whole servo harness thing going on. So let's go ahead and check out this model and see what kind of sprues we're dealing with here. So that's everything in the box. There's the sprue. He does come on a 40mm base, so you can see that right here. So move that out of the way. We do have instructions real quick on how to put them together. Nothing crazy. Again, single sprue. It's like one of those medium size-ish, like half sprues or whatever that GW does. But once you get them all together, he's got quite a bit of detail going on. Look really cool. Here's his rules real quick. We're not going to go over everything, but he does have some neat abilities. He does have a 5-up Feel No Pain essentially save for his Artificer of Ionics. He also grants a 5-up Invulnerable basically to Iron Hands units that are within 6 inches of him, which is just kind of cool. And yeah, he's got Master of the Forge. He can heal vehicles for 3 instead of D3, so it's just his repairability. And then he can also increase the shooting of an Iron Hands unit by +2. So, sorry, the models in the selected unit have a ballistic skill characteristic of 2+ until the end of turn. So it's not a +2. It is just a flat, you hit on 2-ups now, whatever your BS was before. So, neat guy. Cool looking model kit as well, with the sprue and everything. Here's a closer look at it. It does have a little bit of like a scenic base going on there too. I'm actually looking forward to putting this one together. It's the first Primaris Tech Marine, everybody. So, we've been seeing this model teased by GW for a while. Yeah, Iron Hands have a new character. This is just really cool stuff. So here's everything in the Iron Hands Primaris upgrades and transfers pack here. Again, I don't like opening clan packs because you end up having to destroy the clan packs, but we had to do it to show off these sprues. So there you have it. You actually do get 2 sprues. Normally, if you remember like the Blood Angels version or Dark Angels, you might have only gotten 1 set of the sprues in their little clan packs. But here we do get 2 copies, which is nice. So you can actually do a whole squad of Primaris. You do get, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just plain shoulder pads. Then you get the 2 or 3 shoulder pads with like the extra cogs and gears and stuff. These are actually with a little cogs on the side. Sorry, you get 10 regular shoulder pads because there's 2 sets here, but on one set you get 5 of the plain ones. You get the cog ones, which are kind of for like aggressors or inceptors or things like that, the bigger Gravis armor style guys. You also get like a spike shoulder pad, which is kind of neat. And then you also get the kind of shoulder pad with like a cog on it as honors marks as well. Just like other upgrade kits, this one also comes with a couple of cool looking doodads and weapons. For example, it's got the bionic arms with like the pointy hand, which is neat. It also has the bolter. This is actually an auto bolt rifle, which is an interesting choice just because normally the bolt rifles they come with different clip options. If you've ever built a Primaris intercessor, then you know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, it comes stock with the auto bolt rifle, and then you've also got different little cogs and doodads and just honor marks and random cool stuff. So pretty handy if you're playing Iron Hands. Here's a little instructions. Again, it's got a breakdown of everything here for you. A lot of detail actually in these little fold-out. That's why I wanted to show this off. I was actually a little surprised that they did a little almost like from the Codex type of thing in there. But there you go. There you have it. Just kind of where you can attach stuff. It's all color-coded, which is kind of nice too. So yeah, that's everything in the Iron Hands Primaris upgrades. Now let's check out the Codex Supplement. Alright folks, here is the Codex Supplement for the Iron Hands. Now we're not going to go page by page, but I do want to show off some cool stuff in here. We are going to touch a little bit on the rules. Again, I haven't had a chance to really deep dive in here. This is my first time actually flipping through the book, so we're not going to go tactics and tricks and all that fun stuff. We're just going to go brief overview here. Here is the table of contents. Again, this book looks like to be 64 pages with the name generator in the back, which again is more in line with the White Scar supplement versus the Ultramarine supplement. We kind of suspected that would be the case anyway. But as well, moving on to the table of contents here, Legacy of Iron. It's going to have the chapter organization breakdown again, talking about their home planet to start off, Medusa, and then all their chapter organization, which is pretty interesting. It does have a lot of really cool lore. I mean, half this book, 38 pages plus, is all background and lore. So if you are an Iron Hands player, then this one's for you, man. This is totally the book for you. Moving on, it does get into the Flesh is Weak, which is just a section. I believe it's kind of the pictures of all the units and things like that. Soul of the Chapter. Bad news for Iron Hands players. Sorry, you only get one special unit, which is the model that we saw earlier, of course, Iron Hands Farios. Sorry, that's your one special unit in this book. And then it does get into all your cool rules, though. You do get Warlord traits, relics, special issue warrior, which looks very similar to the White Scars and Ultramarines special issue warrior, with one exception, which we'll point out. Stratagems. It's got your own set of stratagems. Technomancy, which is again your own special psychic discipline, and then of course tactical objectives. So let's flip through here real quick. Again, it's got a breakdown of all the different companies within the chapter organization, all that fun stuff. Yeah, sure. First through 10th company. I'm not gonna go through all these. You kind of know what they're known for, and yeah, 10th company, you're like your scouts. So, but yeah, it's got all that cool stuff. It gets into the different units, the chapter command, the structure. This is what I really wanted to show off. Is it actually goes to the history of the Iron Hands in a pretty in-depth way. So we have Ferrus Manus here, picture him, talks about the heresy, what happened with them. Again, talks about Fulgrim and the whole drop site massacre at Istamon. You know the story. It also gets into this interesting thing, which is I'm going to butcher this, but I believe it's the Moray Schism, which is about why the Sons of Medusa, which is an offshoot chapter of the Iron Hands, formed. They're a successor chapter. And this whole thing, I'm not going to get into it, but it's an interesting little read. Definitely recommend checking it out. Just kind of how the Machine Adepts read a signature possibly wrong, but it was a pictosecond more or less from the Forge World data looms, and kind of set about this whole thing. So yeah, it's an interesting read, but apparently in that brief moment from the Forge data, it spawned a whole bunch of prophecies, possibly including the fall of Cadia and the Cicatrix malediction. So it may not have been wrong, is what I'm saying. But it did cause a almost civil war, and they ended up doing some stuff. There's more background history, which actually, again, really interesting read. I definitely recommend checking that out. Again, here's where we get into the Flesh is Weak section, just kind of talking about the chapter itself, with pictures, all the cool looking models, and different versions they've had over the years, as well as I mean, like paint jobs, not model versions. But there you have some examples there of the old classic Marines versus the new Primaris stuff. Moving on, then we get into, again, lots of cool pictures. We get into, the signs of the Gorgon. Again, not going to go through every single warlord trait, but you can see them here. We do have Calculated Fury, which is their special activation thing for the Devastator Doctrine that they get to use. They also have the successor chapters, all that information there too. 6 warlord traits, which are pretty cool. We get the Relics of Medusa, special issue warrior. I want to point this one out: the Teeth of Mars, which is a replacement chainsword. This is different, but they still have things like the Artificer armor, Mastercraft weapon, digital weapons, things like that. The Gorgon Chain, which I know a lot of folks were looking forward to. It's a relic, gives you a 4-up invuln save. When resolving an attack made with ranged weapons against it model, subtract 1 from the wound roll, which is kind of interesting. And then we get into their stratagems. They do have Signs of the Forge, which allows you to nominate a sergeant to get a character, so you can still do some shenanigans that way. Give them mastercrafted weapons, things like that. If you are taking a successor chapter, you can still get relics. You just change the keywords with the stratagem. They're bequeathed by the Iron Council. So lots of cool stuff. And then, of course, we get into their tactical objectives. Tactomancy Discipline here. Again, I haven't had a chance to really study these, so I'm not going to speak on them, but they're cool. It's a good time. If you're an Iron Hands player, you've got some cool tricks up your sleeves. Your metal sleeves. Well, folks, that's everything coming out for the Iron Hands for this week. Hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing. I'm Adam here from BoLS. Thanks for watching. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.